Hi everyone. In this video I will write a script that calculates the value of an unexploitable shove in case the board is not yet known. For this we will be using the tree that is on the screen right now. It's small blind versus big blind, small blind raises with some range and big blind calls. The flop is jack of diamonds, 10 of diamonds, 6 of clubs and small blind c-bet with all hands. Big blind decides the 3-bet with any pair or better, a flush draw, an outside straight draw, a gut shot or overcards. Let's just make an equity run with f5 here. So basically big blind is raising with the strongest 65% of his hands. And now small blind decides to just call and then on the turn make an unexploitable shove. Now unfortunately we can't use the unexploitable shoving tool to figure out the value for this, since the unexploitable shoving tool only works on known boards. However, we can do this with a script. First, let's start with the basic makeup of such a script. It would require first drawing a random turn. For that I'll use the random board command. And then make an unexploitable shove at location 1. Okay, we still have to fill in mode here. Let's turn on the hint system and mouse over the random board command. So mode 1 stands for a random turn. I'll just fill that in. And let's see our script in action. Okay, run script. And we get an error here. It says here in the error message that the reason for this is that the tree is incomplete. And our tree is indeed incomplete because there's no action specified yet at the intended shove or fold location. Now the reason for this is a bit complex and it has to do with card removal. I don't think I'll go into it here, but if you want to know a bit more about this, then please pause the video and read the message that is on the screen right now. For now I'll just complete the tree. Anything will do here really, as long as the tree is complete. I'll just add a fold. And now the tree is complete. Okay, let's run our script again. Okay, so if the turn is a 10 of clubs, then small blind strategy for making an unexploitable shove on the turn has an EV of $147.96. Okay, that's it for the heart of the script. And now all that remains is to set up a loop that performs this process for, let's say, about 20 different turns. I'll just set that up and skip here. And there we are. So I'm using variable 1 to keep track of the number of loops. In line 1 I initialize it at 0. And after our actions I increase it by 1. And as long as variable 1 is below 20, we go back to line 2 and repeat the process. Okay, so now we have our script performing 20 unexploitable shoves on a random turn. And now all that remains is to keep track of the EVs of the unexploitable shoves. Let me just skip here while I set that up. Okay, so I will be keeping track of the EVs in variable 2. For that I initialize it at 0, and after each run I add the EV at the shove or fold location to variable 2. And at the end of the script we'll still need to divide variable 2 by 20. For that I'll need a divide operator. Now this list here only includes add and subtract. For a divide operation we need to command other operators. And the available operators here are multiply, divide and to the power 2. And I'll pick divide. And we'll divide variable 2 by 20. Okay, that should be it. Let's try that. And I'll run the script and skip here. Okay, that's it. The script is done. And if we now go to the variable menu, variable 2 should show the average EV for the 20 shoves that we performed. And this average EV ends up being $134.10. Okay, now the approach that I've just showed only shows us the average EV at the end of the script. However, we may want to know the average EV while the loop is still going. This is actually possible, and to do that we'll need to introduce a third variable. I'll just set it up and skip here. Okay, so now I've introduced a third variable. First I set it equal to variable 2, and then I divide it by variable 1. And if I now run the script, I'll just skip for a tiny bit here. Okay, that should be enough. Here we now have variable 3 keeping track of the average EV while the loop is going. This can be handy if you want to, for example, set up an infinite loop instead of just performing a limited number of loops like we did previously. Okay, that wraps it up for the video series on writing scripts. I hope you found it instructive.